Hey everyone, welcome to another Anime Kingdom discussion and review. This one is on episode 7 of God Eater. And this episode, finally we get this kind of episode where, pretty much we've seen Lenka as, he's not the normal main character, main character that you have that is this super strong character. And I said before that I really do like that, he's not this overpowered guy. But now it's starting to show he is strong, he can fight, and we have this epic moment with him in this episode. But before I talk about that, let's talk about the rest of the episode. Pretty much did not expect this, having all the people that were rejected from Fenrir. Lindo pretty much saved them all and took them to this place and then this little town area, and pretty much stole this kind of stuff from Fenrir that you could get probably really big trouble if they find out, because they had a huge supply of it. By the way, he injects into the tree, it's pretty much making origamis, and they kill the weaker ones pretty much, so it actually keeps the place safe. Of course, sometimes there is the bigger ones that do get through and aren't affected by the trees, like the Vajra and stuff like that, and they do lose some people. But still, to be able to have people there and to have them survive and they have vegetables and all that kind of stuff they're growing. And then another big thing that we saw is that little girl, the one with the family and the people that got rejected. Lenka was full on what, why aren't you letting them in, and all that kind of stuff. She was actually there. We don't see any of the other people, which is kind of weird. I don't know if only she made it. Pretty sure the rest of the people are there, but the main person that they wanted to show was her, because that was the big moment and everything when the gate was closing and he saw her, and he was really sad because she couldn't get in. She's probably gonna die out there, and Lindo was making that's all we could do, we can't do anything about it. But in actuality, Lindo's doing this, made a whole community, saved them and everything. It's pretty badass, to be honest. So of course the Vajra does appear, but obviously, boom, another origami is in the city terrorizing the area. So that means Lindo pretty much says he's handled the Vajra, and he believes and trusts in Lenka to handle the one in the town, and tells him that he can't let anyone die, including himself. And obviously Lenka at first is how am I supposed to do that? His weapon, it's destroyed. What is he gonna do? And what happens in the end is he goes there, gathers all the people, saves them up for a while, and they get a whole plan. And this is one of those times that we actually see the normal people actually be able to fight or do something helpful. They split the group. One goes to the dam for the controls, the other goes to get some ample. He uses the crossbow with the ample to shoot at the, I don't know what kind of origami that is, but it has a shield kind of thing it can make and everything. It's pretty badass. And while that was going on, I'm going to mention, pretty much Alisa is just, we get some growth that we see with Lenka, but we get less growth, pretty much deterioration from Alisa, obviously because of she doesn't have her drug, and because she pretty much has post-traumatic stress kind of thing. And obviously because what happened with her before, and we get some fan service seeing her naked in the tub, if you like that kind of stuff. I mean, we see her boobs, under boobs all the time. Now you get to see the top of her boobs kind of things. Yeah, good job. Thanks for putting that in, guys. But it's pretty interesting to see her, towards the end and everything. She can't do anything. She's still too scared. She can't go out and help. And she ends up resorting to going into this kind of the same thing, cabinet kind of thing that she was in when she was little, and hiding in there. So it's pretty interesting to see that point of view. You got two main characters. One ends up getting worse at hiding, and the other one finds the strength to be able to fight harder and stronger, and then also puts ample in his weapon, and it's actually still alive. And the whole different thing is too that he was mad that Lindo was creating more origami, but their weapons are pretty much made from origami as well, and that the reason he joined and became what he is because he wants to kill origami. And you pretty much, to do that, you have to do it with any means necessary, including using origami and everything. So that's what Lindo's point to Lenka is. And then they have this epic thing at the end when it just comes down, just it's huge. It just pushes the thing out into the water. They open the dam, poof, there it goes, it's gone. So that was pretty interesting episode. That was pretty much the whole episode. What happened? We got, this not huge, but this small town that we find out that Lindo is a great. We already knew he was a good guy, but this is even more. Like, you think he was a dick for like not trying anything for those people when they got rejected, but in actuality, he's been creating a community, going against the law pretty much in Finner to get this little town safe and everything. And then in this episode, we also have the deterioration of one character, Alisa, and the growth of another, Lenka. So that's pretty interesting to have both kind of views going on for two main characters. Of course, another great music when all the people are doing their jobs and everything. And it was a good episode. Like, it was necessary because pretty much Lenka has just given up before this episode. Alisa was crazy. She couldn't handle any of this because she doesn't have her drugs. And finally, in this episode, they do have Lenka stand up, get ready. He's not afraid. He believes in himself, believes in his weapon. Obviously, it's still alive and everything. And he was able to fight back with any means necessary. The any means necessary is obviously because he was going to try and use all these different kind of things for it. So that was pretty interesting to see that. And honestly, I can't wait to see the next episode to see maybe if they focus more on Alisa. Like, we've been focusing on Lenka, and he is like the main character, but I want to see more on Alisa, more of her. Like, when they get back, we'll be able to see the doctor and give her the drugs and everything. Maybe she'll discuss more about her past to Lenka, and they'll figure it, find out and everything, and maybe they'll figure out a way to, I don't know, probably have to fight that Black Vajra later on. I did like at the end of the episode, it showed Johannes pretty much like he created the ample. That's what he created, but they shut down his work, and they still have that ample at least, and because of that, they have weapons to be able to fight this thing. Even though it's pretty much his fault, kind of thing. Other than that, it was pretty interesting to see him at the end looking at the computer, and you see the Aegis project being built, and it shows like that is the hope of humankind, of civilization and everything. So yeah, overall it was a good episode. I did enjoy a different take from the other episodes. Like I've been saying, every episode is getting better and better and better. It has different things. You have some despair in some episode, you have hope, you have like epic battles kind of thing. Like that's why I've loved every episode of this so far, and I can't wait to see where the story goes on from here. Like I'm hoping more on Alisa, just because it's pretty interesting what's wrong with her and like everything in her past, what happened. I mean, anyone would be like that, and it's probably going to be focused more on fighting that Black Vajra as well. They'll probably end up fighting it later on. I'm not too sure when in the future, but that's going to be a key boss in the future for Lenka and Alisa to overcome. But yeah, that's all I really got to say about this episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well so we can talk about it. And yeah, guys, it's just getting better and better. Hopefully, like I said before, knock on wood, no more, delays, please, because I can't take another huge episode and then have to wait a whole, not just 1 week, but 2 weeks, seriously. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I can't wait for next time. Till next time, guys. See ya.